Hi guys, welcome to the Java programming tutorial. Myself, Dr. Primya, working assistant professor in KPR Institute of Engineering Technology, Coimbatore. And in this series, we are going to see about the Java programming concepts. So our syllabus code is U21 CSG04. First, why should you learn Java? The first thing, whatever we are going to learn, there should be some impact, right? So first thing is, what is the purpose of learning Java? So see here, so for the past 25 years, most of the companies, that is the major companies, are searching for Java professionals. Companies like Amazon, eBay, Netflix, Google, LinkedIn, and many more companies are searching only for the Java professionals. If you want to become a mobile developer or full stack web developer or even backend developer, the main thing, the important thing is you must be strong in Java. So look at this slide, and this is based on the LinkedIn job posting in US for 2024. So from this, the most in-demand programming language is Python, first place, and in the second we have our Java language. So first, we will dive into the history of Java. So as per the history of Java, so it is very interesting. Actually, see, Java was designed for interactive television only. For the purpose of interactive television only, they have started the Java language, but it was too advanced technology for the digital cable television industry at the time. At the time, only the digital cable television industry were there. So Java is considered as an advanced technology. So next, the history of Java starts with a green team. What is green team is? So the Java team members, they are called as green team. They initiated this Java project to develop a language for digital devices such as set-top boxes and televisions. But it was best suited for IP, that is internet programming, also at the time itself. Then later, this Java was incorporated by a famous company called Netscape. So what is the principle behind creating Java is that it is a very simple language, and it is robust, and it is portable, and it is platform independent, and it is also secure and high performance compared to other programming language, and multi-threaded, architecture neutral, and the main thing here is it is an object oriented programming language and interpreter, and also it is a dynamic programming language. So this was developed by a great man called James Gosling, who is called as father of Java in the year of 1995. James Gosling and his fellow team members started this Java project in the early 90s. So now we know that Java is used in many IP, that is internet programming, even in mobile devices, game development, e-business solutions, etc. So many purposes Java is using now. So this James Gosling and Mike Sheldon and this Patrick Nortagan, they initiated the Java project in the 1991 June. So the small team of sun engineers is called as a green team. They are called as a green team. So initially it was designed for only embedded system concept, that is like a set-top box, because at the time television was famous. So they have started this for an embedded system in electronic applications like set-top boxes. So it is called as Green Talk by James Gosling, and they have gave an extension called .gt as the name specific .gt, like .c, .cpp. For Java they have given as .gt, and after that it was called as Oak. So from the Green Talk, after that it was renamed as Oak, and it is developed as a part of Green Project. Why they gave a name Oak is oak is a national tree for many countries like Germany, USA, Romania, France, and it is also considered as a symbol of strength. So in 1995, oak was renamed as Java again because it was trademarked by Oak Technology. Why the name Java came is that it is a very interesting story that the team member once gathered to choose a name, new name for their programming. So they suggested the three members suggested various names like Jolt, Silk, Dynamic, DNA, something. But they wanted something that should be reflected the essence of the technology. That is like dynamic, cool, easy, and fun to skip. But according to James Gosling, Java was one of the top choices along with Silk. He preferred a Silk, but Java was so unique, right? So most of the team members preferred Java than other names. But why Java is nothing but it is an island in Indonesia. An island is named as Java, where the coffee name called Java coffee was there. So it is a kind of espresso bean. So while having a cup of coffee while sitting in his office, suddenly James Gosling named his programming as Java. So just note that Java is just a name only, it is not an acronym. So initially it was developed by James Gosling at Sun Microsystems, and which is that we know that Sun Microsystems is a subsidiary of Oracle Corporation, right? And it is released in 1995. And after that, they have started to release mini versions like JDK 1.0 and JDK 1.2, 1.3. Like that, they have released a version. So here also an important thing is that they released, that is after the first release of Java, there have been many additional features to be added to the languages. So Java, they release two versions of yearly. They will release two versions. That is, even version will be released in the March month, and odd version will be released in the September month. Likewise, they will release their JDK version. So this is all about history. So Java is just a name. This is not just an acronym. That is while having a coffee, he named it as Java. So this is all about history of Java. Next one. So next is whatever we are studying a programming language, we must know about the compiler and interpreter, right? So first we look into the compiler and interpreter difference. Okay. So compiler interpreter both are having similar works. While performance considering the performance both are similar only. So what interpreter and compiler will do is it will convert the source code into the machine code, right? Machine code is nothing but understandable by computer zeros and ones. Actually, computer program exists in a high level programming language that human can easily understand. Machine cannot understand that high level language. So we have to convert whatever language that is human level, high level language into machine level language. That's the work of compiler and interpreter. So compiler will act as a translator. It takes the input here. It takes the input. Input is the source code is nothing but input. It takes the input and produce an output of low level language, that is machine or assembly level language. The work of compiler is nothing but it transforms the code written in the programming language into machine code format, that is machine understandable language. Okay. So what compiler will do, it will check the entire program and then only it will give the output. So the program running time is so longer and occupies larger part of memory. Okay, because the compiler goes through the entire program and then only translate the entire program into machine code. But in case of interpreter, that is not like that. It will check line by line and will translate the program to machine code, right? So it is the difference between compiler and interpreter. So interpreter is nothing but it is also a program, translate the programming language into a compressible, that is machine understandable language, right? But it contains pre-compiled code, source code already available. So it translates only one statement of program at a time. So it is more often than not or smaller than compiler. So compiler will take the entire program and then convert into machine language. But in case of interpreter, it will take line by line and execute the code. So this is the difference between compiler and interpreter. But both are performing the same function, that is converting the high level language into machine level language or assembly level language. So this is the syllabus we are going through this videos, upcoming videos. So first I'm going to cover in Unit 1 object-oriented development and basics of Java. It includes the pillars of hooks like abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and it includes JDK, difference between JDK and JDM, constructor, static member, And second, it's all about packages and inheritance, that is polymorphism and 5 types of inheritance. And third unit is all about only exception handling. And fourth unit is about IO streams and multi-threading. And fifth unit will I will cover about collections. Okay, these are the 5 units we are going to cover throughout this session. So first, entering into Java, first we know that it is an object-oriented programming, right? So what is object-oriented? So it is a combination of only the two words, that is object and oriented. What is object? Object is nothing but whatever thing you are taking in the world, that is object, right? For example, washing machine is an object, table, duster, chalk piece, belt, everything is an object. So whatever an entity or a thing that is exists in the real world, that is considered as an object. What is the meaning of oriented? The general meaning is if you are depending on anything, that is you are particular about anything, that is oriented, right? So the meaning of oriented is interested in a particular kind of thing or entity is called as oriented. So object and oriented, the combination is called as object oriented programming language. So we are going to take one object and we are going to define why we are depending on the object, that is object oriented. Okay, in general layman term, it is a programming pattern that rounds around an object or entity is called as an object-oriented program. Okay, so object is nothing but it is referred to data field. So whatever object we are taking, it must have some unique attribute, and that attribute will depend on some behavior, right? So it will have some attributes and behavior. So object in Java is a physical and logical entity, but in case of class, it is only logical entity. So we are going to study two important terms in Java. One is object and another one is class. So class depends only on the logical entity, but object in the case it will depend both on the logical entity and also as well as physical entity, right? So this is object oriented programming. So next, what is object in Java? As we said, it is nothing but a thing or entity. So whatever object we are taking, it must have some states and it must have some behavior, right? So for example, if I am taking my laptop, so what is the state of this laptop? A brand of the laptop, Asus, HP, Dell. And what is the color of the laptop? These all comes under state. And what is the behavior? For what purpose I am going to use this laptop? What is the behavior I am going to use for office work or personal work, right? So that comes under behavior. Next, identity. It must have some unique identity. Whatever thing, it must have some unique identity, right? So that is identity. So in case of Java, we no need to worry about identity. All will be taken care by our JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine. It will, it is used internally by Java Virtual Machine. Whatever the object we are providing, it will identify the object uniquely. That is identity. So these three things, the main characteristics of object: state, behavior, and identity. Okay, so identity we no need to worry. JVM will take care. So the basic definition, it is a real world entity, runtime entity. It is an instance of the class. Okay, so this is all about object. Next one is class. What is class? Whenever you are taking some object, we need class, right? So class is nothing but template or blueprint from which only the objects are created. Okay, so class is nothing but it's a group of objects. We can take any number of objects. So it will have some common properties, right? We have to find out that. So for that purpose, class is going to use. Okay, so class is group of objects which have some properties. So here in class also we have some four key components. These are the four simple key components. First one is attribute. Next, methods. Third one is constructor, and fourth one is access modifier. What is attribute? Attribute is nothing but data members that hold the state of the object. Which state the object will be held by this attribute. It is also called as field and variable. Okay, attribute. Next, methods. Methods is nothing but it defines the behavior of the object. What that object is going to perform will be defined in the method. That is, we are going to write some story about the object, what they are performing, what they are going to perform. So methods is also called as functions. In C programming and all, we'll say it as functions, right? Here we are going to call it as methods or functions defined inside a class that operates on the object of the class. Nothing here is method is nothing but we are going to write some story what they are going to perform. Okay, that is method. Constructor, it is also similar to method only, but it is called a special method. Why it is called a special method is, if I am defining any class name, if that my class name and my method name is same, then it is called as constructor. And one special case here is do not have any hidden value here. Okay, so if my class name and my method name is same, then it will be considered as an constructor. And next one is access modifier. Already we are studying in C programming, right? Access modifier is nothing but it is used to define the visibility of the class members. Okay, or methods, anything, we are going to define the visibility. What is the visibility? Where to display and where not to display. All these things will be defined by our access modifier. There are four access modifiers here: public, private, protected, and a default. Okay, four basic access modifiers here. These are the key components of Java class: attributes, methods, constructors, and access modifiers. Okay, so look at this example here, the different objects and class. So object, these persons are called as an object. One boy, one girl, another girl. Okay, this boy name is John and age is 12 and color is 5, and we have sex is male, and some of the attributes are John can eat more, John can drink more, John can run fast, right? So this is a state and this is a behavior object. So object must have state, behavior and identity, right? So this is the state. So name, age, color and sex are all considered as an states. And what is the behavior? He can eat more, he can drink more, and he can run fast. Same as this girl named Sophia, age is 10, color is fair. So these three are, sorry, six, four are considered as states. And this John can eat less, sorry, Sophia can eat less, Sophia can drink less. So these all will take in behavior, right? And for the same. So object must have states and behavior, right? So these are all states and these are all the behavior. What is a class here? And these three are unique attribute called. These all are student of a particular school or particular class, right? So student. So student is a class. So we can name the class name as student. Okay. So this is the basics of objects and class. I hope everyone understand the history of Java and basics of objects and class. We see in the next video. Thank you.